All right, JoJo, yet again. Yeah, it's chapter 15, Youth with Dio, part 4. Yeah, we got a this yeah, kind of well, kind of a not so great chapter cover this time. Yeah, that fire looks rough. That ooh. Yeah, like the fire around Dio looks fine, but ooh, the rest, yikes. I guess I can see what he was kind of going for there. I mean, I guess it looks kind of cool, but it's just ooh, yeah, kind of rough, kind of rough. Uh, yeah, we got a cool little close up of Jonathan. He looks pretty cool. Like even just within the past two chapters, it definitely looks like Araki's art and how he draws like Jonathan and Dio too, but mainly Jonathan has really changed. Like it looks like the 3D noses are becoming more and more of a mainstay, which is great. You gotta love the 3D noses. Those are pretty good. But yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we burning. He's burning up. That's great. We're gonna beat him. But they notice that like his skin is like regenerating as it's burning. They're like, oh shit, oh no, what are we gonna do? Fire isn't enough to beat him. And yeah, Dio grabs a chair, he lights it on fire with his body, and he goes to throw it at Jonathan. And Jonathan does what any sane, rational person would do, and he forcefully knocks Speedwagon in such a way that he literally goes flying away because Jonathan doesn't want Speedwagon to get hurt. And well, I guess if Jonathan asked him nicely, Speedwagon probably wouldn't have done it. But still, that just kind of seems out of character for him to do that. Because like he's already injured, pretty injured. His rib pierced his lung last chapter, and he's gonna do that. That's pretty reckless of you, Jonathan. Jeez. So anyway, he does that. He grabs a sword from a wall, and I guess this is some sort of like expectation subversion thing, because like it seems like he's gonna like use the sword to like cut the chair in half as it's getting thrown at him, but no, he puts it in the ground, and he jumps off of the hilt to hang onto a ledge. That's yeah. Is that not what you would do? If someone threw a flaming chair at you, would you not do that? I don't know. I feel like it would have been really easy for him to just dodge the chair somehow, or I don't know, use the sword to like fight Dio or something. But no, he's gonna jump off the hill and grab a ledge. Okay. And Speedwagon's like, oh, you mustn't run upstairs. The fire's spreading everywhere in the mansion. And like, yeah, he's holding on. The spear's still in his shoulder. We got this funky little panel. Like, if you look at it sideways, it looks kind of normal, but like, ooh, it looks really weird when you're looking at it normally. Because like because like I guess it's kind of at a weird little angle of his shoulder, where like his right shoulder is like really exaggerated there. But yeah, he like pulls himself up. He pulls himself over the handrail. Like wait, how? Hold on. I'll show you the whole thing. So you see his hand, and he like, huh? How did it feels like we're missing a panel because it looks like he must have like twisted his body at some point so he could get his legs over the handrail first, but we just don't see that. That's weird. That's weird. And then Dio, not Dio, Jonathan beckons Dio to come forth. We got a really sick panel of Dio. Like, look at that. That looks great. And he's like, Dio, I can't let your power remain unchecked. It must be stopped. And then he runs up the stairs further, and this shot of Jonathan is really he looks scrawny, like especially his jawline. That ooh, yeah. So I guess as we can see, his plan was to escape upstairs and try to lure Dio away from Speedwagon. Which I guess you could do that, but honestly, Speedwagon's proven he can handle himself in a fight. Like, if I were Jonathan and I were trying to kill Dio, I would probably want Speedwagon's help. Like I get that he feels that he is default for Dio's creation. Dio's creation is a vampire, that is, and I can understand why he wouldn't want Speedwagon to be so involved, especially after he was so helpful. But it's just, ooh, that seems like a weird direction to take it. Like, he was already thinking, oh, it must be something with Dio's head. It was like, okay, maybe he could take the sword and, like, try to pierce his brain. And, like, destroy his brain. But no, he's going upstairs. And he doesn't have a weapon to do anything like that with. But, like, yeah, Dio catches on, probably because Speedwagon is shouting, allowing me to escape while you run upstairs to a dead end? You can't do this. Like, Speedwagon, I love you, but you're really not helping yourself here. Yeah, but Dio's like, oh yeah, he must be trying to lure me away from Speedwagon, huh? Well, okay, I guess I'll just kill Jonathan first and get the other guy later. And then we get that really cool shot of him walking up the wall. Like, we get this really nice vertically oriented panel. It looks so great. You see the smoke rising. You see the holes where he walked through, and it looks really cool. And it's kind of like from Jonathan's perspective almost, like as if he's like looking down at Dio as he's walking up the wall. And then there's a translation thing. Dio's like, Muda Muda. And then the ED note is Japanese for useless. So yeah, more gratuitous Japanese. But like, yeah, just say useless. Or like, it's useless. Well, I guess it goes from Muda Muda to it's hopeless. So it's useless, it's hopeless probably wouldn't work, but maybe like, useless, it's all useless, or useless. Or like, it's in, okay, maybe Muda Muda isn't the worst thing. And it's kind of like his stand rush cry in part 3, Muda Muda Muda, but like, in part 1, I don't know. Like when he says weakling a lot in part 1, but it's not changed to Hinjaku. So I don't know. It's whatever. Then we get a shot of Jonathan looking down at the ring he got from George on his pinky, and I think this is kind of cool because like it looks like he could both be looking down at the ring, but he could also be looking down at George, who was back on the table on the first floor. So that's kind of cool, I guess. And he's like, it hurts me, Father, but please ride these flames up to heaven. And please give me the strength to finish Dio off. And then Speedwagon's like, oh, Joestar went upstairs in order to save me. That's part of his plan. But there must be something else. There must. And then we get another shot. He's on the roof now. Yeah, I guess he just walked up to the roof. He might have gone out of one of the windows or something. But wait. Yeah, no, he's on the roof. He's on the roof. It almost looked like he was just at a flight of stairs, but no, there he is. And then Dio crashes through something. Maybe just the roof. We don't clearly see, but he crashes through it. And he goes to kick Jonathan, and his leg looks really long. Like, that's a really long leg. Like, jeez. Sorry, I'm in my car, and it is fucking hot out. I need air. I am sweating bullets, but yeah. He does that. And, he goes to kick Jonathan. And Jonathan, like, pulls the spear out, and he, like, blocks his kick with the spear. That's pretty cool. That kind of makes sense. That's a good bit of fight choreography in this arc. But it shows a little flashback thing. It's like, at that moment, JoJo remembered his youth, the death of his dog Danny, etc., etc. And it shows a couple panels from, like, the first couple chapters, and, like, damn, he's really come a long way with his art, even just so far, you know. And yeah, Jonathan's like, my youth was a youth with Dio, and I'll put an end to that time in my life. So we get the namesake for the arc. That's cool. And then Speedwagon's like, oh, he needs the fire to get stronger until that demon's regenerative ability can't keep up with the injuries from the flames. That's how he can beat Dio. That's why he's running upstairs. He's waiting for the fire to spread. And thanks, Speedwagon. Thanks for the exposition. But was it necessary? I mean, really think about it. I was like, yeah, we aren't really seeing Jonathan's internal thought process as he's doing all of this. Of course, like the whole sword thing, but like, it just feels really heavy-handed to have this other character just explain it away to the audience. And, like, yeah, if it wasn't explained at all, it would probably be kind of hard to see what Jonathan was doing. But even, like, just an inner thought from Jonathan here or there could have done the trick, I feel like. And then Speedwagon's like, don't do it! And then Jonathan goes to knock Dio back into the mansion. And I guess they're falling. And Dio's like, how dare you do this to me? And, yeah, that's the chapter. Yeah, so, let's look into Speedwagon like Jonathan's gonna be trying to, like, sacrifice himself. It's like he's going back into the mansion with Dio, even though Speedwagon, I don't think he can really see what's going on. Or if he can't really see anything past them going back into the mansion. But yeah, that's... You know, Youth with Dio is... I feel like it's commonly thought to be, like, one of the best parts of Part 1. And, like, there was some good stuff in, like, back in, like, Chapter 11. But, like... This is rough. Like... So rough. Jeez. Like the battle choreography is one thing, but like I'm not really that confident Araki really knew what he was going for with this. Like I'm not that confident he had a proper plan for this arc. And yeah, he's known for going a little off the cuff at times. Like, he'll have an outline, a general outline for his stories, but he is known to deviate from that when he sees fit. But it like, this arc does not show the strengths of that. Let's say that. It does not show the strengths of winging it. It shows it's really rough because, like, yeah, it was established last chapter that maybe he should try to destroy Dio's brain, but so far he's not really doing that. It's kind of just doing like a battle of attrition against him, which is also, it's interesting. But, like, what is Jonathan's plan? Like, he goes upstairs, he goes onto the roof, and then he takes him back down underneath the roof, back inside, to go back down. And there's a whole thing in next chapter. We'll talk about it next chapter. You know what it is, probably. But, yeah, like, this is a really rough one. Really rough one. But, you know, I mean, I'm kind of excited for, like, what I'm gonna think of this part by the time we're at the end. Because, like, it's making me appreciate things, some smaller things about part 1, but it's also making me see a lot of its flaws, too. Because like, I'm reading it chapter by chapter, day by day, at a really slow pace, so I'm having more time to, like, process it. And it's just, ooh. Yeah. And, you know, I am excited to, like, see how I'm gonna feel about future parts when we get to future parts, because that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, we got a last doodle of Dio. He's got a top hat, some jewelry. His right eye's obscured, maybe by his hair or like a patch or something. Yeah, he's looking pretty snazzy. Got a couple of triangles over him. That's cool. But yeah, I think I've gone on long enough. It's, yeah. We're almost through it. We got, like, technically only one more chapter, but there's, like, a chapter after, which, if I remember, is sort of like an epilogue chapter to this little arc. But, yeah, we're almost done. Finally. We're getting there.